Hey everybody, welcome back to Nick and Trav. This is Trav,
And I'm Nick.
and little bit change of pace here. We're not doing Halo this time. We're doing something that I get to play for a change here.
Yeah, dude. Illusion of Gaia.
Yeah,
Dear God.
yeah. I can imagine already the people watching going, "What the hell is this game?"
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say this
uh,
audience, man. Like, I mean, okay. Most of the people that are probably watching us obviously will understand that this is something that probably came out either as they were being born or they already know what it is. So,
sure,
Jesus.
but
But damn, this is old.
but yeah. So we're looking at a Super Nintendo game here called Illusion of Gaia. Um, actually, did not grow up with this game. This was something that I discovered later in college, going through emulators and stuff, and ended up actually buying it on eBay. Um, yeah, it came as a part of a trilogy from I believe, the developer. There's a game called Soul Blazer, and a third one called Terra Enigma that I think we'll be playing. We'll see how that goes, but we'll start with this one first. But it's kind of a Legend of Zelda-y type of game, so looking forward to it. And
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this game too, dude. Like, this looks really cool. Because, like, yeah, I'm used to Secret of Mana and all those other, like, JRPGs that were, like, really prevalent in the Super Nintendo era.
I mean, I think
And
this
this
one
just
was
looks
pretty popular,
ridiculous.
but yeah, it is, and we'll see why as we get into it. But yeah, so let's
We
let's
get to start Journey.
let's start our journey. So we won't do that first one. That's me messing around, seeing how we play this damn game.
Alright, so you say you found this in college?
Yeah, so I went through a whole thing where um, I was trying to like build up a Super Nintendo collection. So I was like, cool, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best stuff out there? And I ended up buying a ton of stuff. I bought like Zombies ate my neighbor, or ate your neighbors, whatever it's called. Super Castlevania 4, this, a bunch of like random stuff, and was even keeping an eye out on like Final Fantasy. Well, it was what, 6, but Super Nintendo called it 3.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, which obviously, won't get into Earthbound right now, but that was a whole, like,
Oh.
hopefully that drops below 200-300 bucks sometime. It did. It didn't.
Never. Never. It
But
will never. It will only go higher.
yeah, exactly. So that's kind of how I ended up going across this and ended up playing it, and I was quite delighted. So yeah, I don't know if we want to kind of do some voices here and have some fun with it.
Well, I mean, do you want to be the main character since you're playing?
If it's what I'm thinking of, he may not have any text.
Oh, really? He's the silent protagonist?
I think so.
Oh, well,
Oh,
then screw.
no, I'm sorry. Actually, no, that's what it's showing right now is at least inner dialogue at most, or at least, I
Oh,
should say.
he's okay.
So,
Yeah, no. You know what? Yeah, let's just go.
all right, so,
We're a commentary show. We'll just talk over it. They got subtitles.
okay, so just go for it.
Yeah, just go for it, man. We're good.
All right.
You know what? Nah, we'll have this episode up. We'll run the week of episodes, and if they want us to start putting voices on there, we'll put voices on there.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
So here we go. We got Will, and stuff happened,
All right. Cool.
but
Oh shit. Oh my god. His papa.
not the papa.
When I grow up, Daddy, no. That's so dumb. Was that Mr. Deeds?
Yeah, with the freaking. Well, he's just got his belt or whatever, just over him.
Yeah.
Daddy, no.
Good stuff, man.
But
All right. So you were saying you had this big RPG kick in college. And this was one of the ones.
I wouldn't call it just an RPG kick. It was a Super Nintendo kick. I was just like, you know what, this is the best.
Just straight up.
Yeah, this is the best console. So let's get everything for it.
Whoa, that's words, dude.
That is words.
That's words. Ooh, that's a take. Oh man.
I mean, I still stick by it.
I mean, where's all my Sega Jaguar people? You know what I'm saying?
Oof. That's also an opinion.
Let's be real though, we're none like those disgusting Sega Dreamcast kids.
Yeah, I mean, you know, agree. I can go down that.
At least our console, like, you know, had a life.
I don't know. You know, I know you're not super nostalgic for games, but or at least in the sense that like you don't go back and like play classic, you know, Mario or whatever typically. So then what?
Yeah, not all the time.
But like, what would you say is your favorite?
My favorite console?
Console, yeah.
Oh my god, dude. For the amount of bangers I remember, I gotta say, it's a toss-up between the 64 and the PlayStation 2. Because, like, the 64 for me, like, dude, okay, do you remember that old video, the VHS video of those two kids getting a 64 and that one boy just losing his mind?
Yeah, just
over how he got a Nintendo 64 and his sister's like, oh my god.
Just freaking, just like the other kids.
Yeah,
Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, that's how my brother and I were when we first got the 64, because I remember so vividly one day we were at Costco, okay? We were at Costco and my brother and I were just nagging our mom while we were at Costco, and my dad was just standing there just like, God, will you kids just shut up about the Nintendo 64? And we're like, Dad, look, it's on sale, it's got all that shit, it comes with 2 games, comes with 2 controllers, and the system, and it was like this Costco package, and I remember what games came with it, because it was Banjo-Kazooie and GoldenEye, bro. Ooh. Those 2 games, straight up, with the console, with an extra controller, like,
that's a combo.
Good. Yeah, dude, we were like, yo, this is it. And they were like, no. And like, we were pissed. We were pissed the entire Costco trip. And of course, you know, our mother, the way she shops, she goes up and down the aisles, period. Shit, doesn't even matter if she does not need a thing in that aisle, she's going down it. Doesn't matter. So like, you know, we're sitting there, we're pissed, we're angry. We're going down each aisle and it's just, ugh. And then, you know, like a month later, you know, we're sitting under the Christmas tree at my Aunt Chrissy's house, and all the gifts have been given out, and we've opened everything, and then my dad's like, oh, hey, I found another one. And it's this big old box. We opened that bad boy up, and we lost our shit.
Of course you did.
Oh, dude, we lost it. and like, the thing is I didn't get a PS2 until I had purchased the GameCube. And when I'd gotten my PS2, that is when I got a myriad of like different RPGs, because like I was playing a bunch of games on the 64, and I had just figured out like, oh my god, this is a system, and a lot of these games are coming out of they're not being made in America, you know, and that like sparked my interest in just developers that are not in America. So obviously, you know, I found out about Square Enix at the time. I was like, oh man, Final Fantasy. I remember that on the Super Nintendo. That was cool. Why not pick any of the games that, you know, Final Fantasy was on the 64? And then I saw that there was nothing. They were on the PS2. Uh-huh. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I got to get that. And then, you know, I found Final Fantasy Tactics on the PS1. That started a revolution that in my head that has still yet to stop. And then from there, you know, SMT to Sega, pretty much every Final Fantasy that was released, Monster Hunter, like the list goes on on the PS2. But for me, like personally, to answer like the question as fundamentally right as possible, I have to say what really started me on like the road to gaming that I currently am on, and like the legacy that I probably hold the most to is the Nintendo 64. Because dear God, man, starting out playing the 64 with GoldenEye and Banjo-Kazooie, two of the bangers like of all time, dude. Like Banjo-Kazooie, platforming genius, music was great, story was dumb, collectathons, and then GoldenEye. Like, there you go.
I mean, it's pretty crazy to think that that was just a thing. Like, yeah, have these two amazing, now iconic games, like, to have that as a package, to just
Yeah.
start off like that. Like, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure there's stuff that comes nowadays, but it's still, typically you get the, what was it, like on the 360, it was like Viva Pinata was like, came for free, which might be a fine
Yeah.
game, I don't know, but
Yeah, where are Viva Pinata fans? There you go.
I,
That's the real question.
I say that, but my brother and his girlfriend definitely have played some sort of Viva Pinata game that's like a gardening. I don't know. It's kind of like scaring off the pinatas from like screwing up your garden and stuff that they actually were pretty into for a minute there.
Oh, that's chill.
So I joke, but it might be good. I don't know.
But then again, like I mean, like if we were gonna talk, because like I mean, this is as retro as you can get, really.
For the most part,
You
yeah.
know, Super Nintendo, and like I saw earlier, like on my Switch, like I'm able to emulate that like the mini.
Hmm.
They give you, if you have like the online on, they give you like a myriad of games that the mini would have, and you can just play them
Ah, okay.
via multiplayer.
Jeez.
And I'm like looking at them, and I'm like, wow, these are some bangers. Obviously, you've got the Mario Bros, you've got both Star Foxes, Super Metroid. That pig is aggressive.
I was wondering. There's a few things I'm surprised you haven't commented on.
That pig is aggressive, sir. Like, I've been watching and reading, but damn, that pig was like, hey, get out of here.
Like,
Jesus.
like earlier, there was a girl that looked like she was on fire, but her text box was literally like, "No, I'm not on fire. Don't worry about it. It's treatment."
I mean, yeah, she knows what she's doing, all right? It's all good.
And then I just twirled my baton and I moved a rock, and you were just like, "Yeah, that's what you do. Of course you do."
Well, I mean, you said it was like a Legend of Zelda kind of adventure game, so obviously there's gonna be some weird stuff in here, but there's also gonna be like goofy stuff because, I mean, localization back then was all about the goof.
Sure. Yeah, I don't recall there
Grandma
being anything
Lola.
crazy localization-wise. Like, I feel like, I'm sure there's stuff that, like, oh, that's not how it's supposed to be, but, like, it wasn't just...
Yeah, it's not like a direct translation or whatever.
Sure.
That's chill. Oh man, there we go. Let's sing.
Dinner's not ready? Are
Dinner's
you
not
kidding me?
Son of a bitch. Why not dinner?
I don't care y'all married and having a good time and singing and stuff. Where's my dinner?
Yeah, dude. You're supposed to feed me. I need to go on an adventure. Dude, okay. Speaking of adventure games, all right. What was like your first throwaway into an adventure game?
I mean, I guess, how do you define adventure game? Because, like, just...
So like, Legend of Zelda, let's see here. Legend of Mana,
So, it was...
modern day would be like, I don't know, like Nathan Drake.
Sure.
Any of the Uncharted games or whatever. It's like an adventure. It's like a third-person action game, but like,
Yeah, I would say it would have to be Linked to the Past, from what I can, just off the top of my head. Because, yeah, I mean, my shit back in the day was Mega Man X, but obviously that's more of like a shooter. Yeah, I sucked as a kid at that sort of thing, but that was definitely like my adventure game, and I want to say it took forever to beat that. And then and
Mega Man
no,
or Link?
Link, yeah.
Yeah. Hey man, like that's the weird part to me, because everybody, everybody like I know that I've like become like friends with and understand their video game history has always said that like Link to the Past was one of their first like Legend of Zeldas. And like to me, I feel so out of place when they say that because my first Legend of Zelda literally was Ocarina.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I never picked up those games on the Super Nintendo. I didn't pick up Link to the Past on Super Nintendo at the time because because you know my brother and I we were sparingly able to pick up what we were able to pick up, and you know there was like a Hollywood Video or like a Blockbuster or something where we would rent a game here or there if we were allowed to, and like if we were able to do it, we wanted to play a game that obviously we could either beat in the allotted time or get as much as we could out of it.
Sure, yeah.
And that's always to us that was how our gaming kind of started in our formative years. And then obviously when we got into like middle school and high school, we were able to kind of more effectively pinpoint what we wanted to play, and then we would either birthdays and Christmases and other holidays and stuff like that, or like a random gift from an aunt or an uncle, we would be like, all right, cool, we can plan around this
Mm-hmm.
and get these games.
Yeah.
But like I forget why Ocarina of Time had caught my eye so much. I think it was because it was on the 64 and I was just enamored with it at the time. But I don't know. I really don't know why Ocarina was my first Zelda game, but I can tell you right now, Secret of Mana was my first adventure type game. Period. And it'll always be a wonderful game even with all of its dumb flaws.
I mean, so I Secret of Mana is a little strange for me because that was also something I didn't play when it came out or nothing. That was something I didn't play. Like, I was going to buy it in that collection that I was telling you about for the Super Nintendo that ended up being slightly out of price for what I was willing to pay for it. But I ended up playing it on that Legend, or whatever it is, the Collection of Mana. I really adored the first game. That was just kind of like Game Boy Mystic Quest.
Don't mention
No,
Mystic Quest. One of our fans will die.
I mean,
He won't shut up about it.
Shout out to the Mystic Quest fan. You know, this one's for you.
The one. Oh, one fan. You know who you are.
I mean, I could think of another, but that's fine. But
They're gonna come out of the woodwork now. Everyone's gonna be like, "Dude, Mystic Quest, greatest game ever."
I mean, U.S.
The true Final Fantasy.
You know that Western Final Fantasy, you know, catering, like,
Yeah, dude.
it's really
I
high.
have to admit though, Mystic Quest, solid OST. All right, if you are a soundtrack person, or you just like good music, Mystic Quest, pretty damn good soundtrack.
Yeah, I love that, but sorry to go back to Secret of Mana. I didn't play it until like a year ago when that came out on Switch. So I played I can't remember what that first game is called now. But we played that. I really liked that, and then I had been wanting to play Secret of Mana for the longest time, and I have to admit, like, yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff about it, but I love that game. It's very charming and very different. Even just like something as simple as like their menu system and the fact that, you know, it still has that Mystic Quest vibe of like, oh, I have to use my different weapons to actually, you know, do things.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not. It was a different take on the whole like RPG aspect at the time because you had your standard ATP gauge, you know, active time battle stuff, and then you had your standalone turn-based stuff. And like all of a sudden now with the Mana series, we started off with, you know, the swing. You have to wait until it goes back to 100% so you can actually do damage. You know, and then you know you had allies. Did you know, Trav, that you can literally hook up other controllers and play those characters, and it turns into like a multiplayer game?
That's what, when I got super into all that stuff, because I was still doing emulators, I almost, I tried to make that happen, but basically it took too long to get to the third character, so the three amigos that we had going was just like, okay, never mind, we'll just do this a different time, and just never picked it up. But yeah, like, I forget, and, you know, obviously not very huge was the multi-tap.
Oh, damn.
So it was like, wow.
Well, he's shy. Okay, so wait. On screen, we just had a guy just confess, and she's just like, he's just a shy guy. It's cool. Don't worry about it. That is so ridiculous.
That's like, I love
woman.
You
You don't understand. He loves you.
So, I love you. It's like, aw, that's nice. Someone's thinking of me. Just like,
women, am I right?
But yeah, so I think that'll be a good spot to stop here and continue on for the next episode.
Ended on this man suffering.
Yeah, just really reflect on that. So yeah, next time on Nick and Trav.
All right, well, toodles, guys.
Smash that like button.
Oh God.